everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything that I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Welcome to my review of SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B. So let's get right on into it. We open up with Taj and Coco working out. Taj said that the relationship with Coco is much better than when they were in their 20s or 20 years ago. Coco was very catty as the lead singer and everybody did what she wanted. Taj said if she stopped talking to her, everybody else stopped talking to her. Damn, Coco had a lot of power, okay? She said, but as adults, they get along much better. So Taj and Coco said that they're not doing nothing unless they are co-heading. They said they have worked with a lot of girl groups and have not been treated like Xscape have treated them. They named In Vogue, TLC, I can't remember the other group, but groups like that. Coco in her confession says it, well, she ain't even saying in her confession. She said Xscape could learn a lesson from In Vogue with their 7 million. Yeah, she said this in her confession with their 7 million records sold. Child, she was being shady. Anyway, we move on to Lily. She's working on her sister Hot Poissy, and her manager Dan comes over. The manager for SWV, Dan, comes by. She's working on her erotica audio book. She said it's not easy to talk about it. She said she reads some of the book to her manager, and then they talk about her wanting to be an established author. She says that SWV is her priority, but she want to have multiple streams of income because she wouldn't be able to do this audiobook if it wasn't for SWV. So they talk about the co-headlining situation. Lily said that all the egos need to be put aside and they just need to make history. It can be an historical moment. So we move on to Taj and Tamika. They meet up, and I think this is Yandy's restaurant that they're meeting at. I don't remember them saying if it's Yandy's restaurant or not, but anyway, I think it is. They're going over, how the show could be. Tamika says she's stepping into the creative role because she wants to be heard. Back in the day, she always played the background and was the shadow in her sister's footsteps. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so SWV invites Xscape over to have a meeting. Coco is hoping that Xscape come in with a better attitude than the last meeting they were in. Tamika came with the creative guy. She said nothing is etched in stone, but she gave all of her ideas. But before they even got to that, Coco stopped her, and she wanted to find out if they are co-headlining or what. So Latasha speaks up for the group and says, let's co-head. That's it. Let's co-head. And Candy in the confessional said that the group agreed to the headlining situation. And Tasha want to come in here and act like she's a savior. And Candy was like, oh, no, no, no. Okay. Tamika was showing the ladies the creative things that she came up with. Tasha in her confessionals shade Tamika and said she used to do that, and Tamika was barely in the studio. She said, you want to take this from me, the creative control from me. You already took the sisterhood away from me. Like, girl, stop. Stop. She didn't take nothing away from you. Okay? We know this is a show. I don't think your sister came up with that $30,000 for a storyline, because your husband damn near confirmed that there was a check. But anyway, that's another story. Let's move on with this review because I don't want to get off topic, okay? So let's get back to Latasha's salty and jealous ass. She sounds really jealous to me. She just showed her hand. You can't even give your sister credit or no, like, what's up? Instead of saying, oh, I'm so proud of my sister for stepping up and taking creative control. She never done that before. I'm really proud of her. You hating on her. You feel like she taking your position. Like, what? Anyway, Candy in her confessional said that Tasha may not be showing it, but she's steaming inside because it used to be Tasha and a creative director getting their shows together. So most of the people agreed or like a lot of Tasha ideas. They may not have liked them all, but they liked a lot of their ideas. They was giving her kudos, and they kept panning the camera over to her sister, and her sister was looking real salty. Okay. So at the end, Tamika hands out assignments for everybody to do so they could get this show on the road, and it's basically like they getting a starting point. So we end up here in the candy factory with Coco, Tasha, and Candy to get the song list together. Coco comes in with her son. Everything is good. Her and Coco and Candy are talking, and in walks Tasha. Tasha comes in with this bad energy and stank attitude and had no contribution to what it is that they were trying to do, trying to get the song list together. She said, "Oh, I haven't thought about it. I have so much to do. I ain't think about it. I got to pray on. I got, all her excuses." And she want to say she's a nice person, but you came off real raggedy on this show. And like I keep saying, editing can do but so much. They can only do what you give them. Work with what you give them, okay? So Candy is asking questions about the song, and she says she don't know. This is Tasha. So Coco was like, "Well, which song do you want?" She said she hasn't thought about it because she's so busy. Coco says she feels the tension in the room between Candy and Tasha. Coco said, "Let's put our cattiness aside and let's go out here and rock it." Of course, Tasha, ain't feel no way. Anyway, we move on to Taj and Tamika. They meet with the creative director over, the ideas. The creative director is looking at them like they crazy because they was coming up with all kind of ideas, and they kept cutting to Taj and cutting to Tamika with they crazy ideas. And he looking at them like they crazy. And when Tamika came up with the horses, like, girl, horses indoors, yeah, you taking it too far. But listen, that's how you get your show. You got to just throw it out there to see what works best with the show. Anyway, Candy meets up with Don Juan. She says that Tasha energy is off and she hasn't been collaborative or cooperative. Candy lets him know she has a record deal, and whenever she think things is about to blow up for her, she starts treating the group like shit. Okay. Rocky has been trying to get Tasha record deals for many, many years now. Candy said that's nothing new. Candy said the last time that this happened, Latasha um, told Candy to go do her modeling thing or go about her solo deal. She told Tiny and Tamika to go have babies. And Candy said she likes to keep them in limbo in case, her solo deals don't work out. And it seemed that way this time too. Okay. That's a question I had from my last video about Latasha. Like, although she's not in the group, can she still come back if shit don't work out? Like, what kind of agreement y'all have with that? So Don Juan was giving Candy his head while he was saying what he had to say, okay? He said a lot, but said, don't make no one your priority that makes you an option. And Candy was like, oh, that's a good one. You're right. But the problem is, can she come back to the group every time she keep y'all hanging? Because Latasha showed her hand on this show. She didn't expect that, but she showed her hand. Anyway, Coco, Taj, and Jalen go shopping for outfits. They talk about Jalen wanting to drop out of school to sing. Taj says you can have both, dental and singing. Jalen said his mental health was not good while he was in school. We find out that Jalen deals with depression, and I'm so sorry about that because depression is real, okay? Taj let them know that she dropped out of school for her career, and when the career was over, she had nothing to fall back on. She had to go work at some coffee company or something like that. The music industry, she said, is rough, and her and Lily were expendable once Coco got her solo career. Okay, so we get to Xscape, Tasha, and Candy in the studio rehearsing for a spot date in Orlando. Tasha was not responding to the group to say if she was coming or not. Tasha, and then they go to Tasha and Rocky at their house with her signing her record deal. She said it's a dream come true. She wants to get back to her roots and sing inspirational songs. Rocky got a deal where she owns her masters. Kudos to her on that. What does this deal mean for the future of Xscape is what her husband asked her. And she had nothing to say. And they go back to Xscape rehearsing. So the group finds out that Latasha is not coming to rehearsal and will not be coming to sound check the day of the show. Child, you doing too much. Diva in the house. Like, you need to get over yourself. Humble yourself, okay? How you doing gospel, inspirational music, but you treating your group like shite? Like, get out of here. All of this to me is given if Kiss My Ass was a person and Tasha picture will be right there, okay? The same way she is acting now, I can see her doing the same thing back in the day. And it's no denying it. Okay, you can't blame editing for this at all. This is all you, boo. So Candy was really frustrated and she was like, why we keep letting her leave us in limbo like this? And she was going off. She was going off about what Tasha's doing. So Tamika said in her confessional, old Tamika would have went off on Candy. But she said this is business and Candy is right and her sister is wrong. And I agree. Handle your business. That personal stuff, leave that outside the door. Handle that after the business is handled, okay? So we go back to Tasha. She said she's been praying on a lot of things. She said that they have done things against her mother, her mother, and Rocky. Like, girl, you doing too much. I want to know what have they done. Say what they did. Put it out there, okay? Latasha don't want to do stuff in front of the camera because she be doing some shiesty shit too. Okay, but anyway, Tasha wants to find her, and that's all in my opinion. Tasha wants to find her own way on her own terms. She said this opportunity, she is running to it. So she signs the contract and her and Rocky hug. Was it me or y'all just do y'all see a connection between these two? Or it's just business? I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. So it ends with Xscape rehearsing and showing Candy singing lead. They showing Tiny singing lead, and they showing Tasha. Tasha was given singing lead and singing her sister parts. And to be honest, in just my opinion, I feel like she sound better than her sister, okay? Candy said the show must go on. No matter what is happening with her sister, we're going to do this show with or without her. She said it's not like they haven't done a show without her before. And then it ends with Tamika blowing, tearing up her sister's part, okay? And that's it. That's all I got, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you know when my next video comes out. And make sure you hit the all notifications. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.